What's up everyone, this is Caitlin aka the Curly Scientist here, and I wanted to talk about the social media post that has been floating around saying that if you're an incoming freshman at a university, because of COVID-19, you may want to take your classes at the community college. It saves a lot of money. And I 100% agree with that statement. However, I want those that are affected by COVID-19 and do fall under this category to be 100% informed of how this process even works. Trust me, it is a process to make sure that your credits transfer from one university to your university as a student. But as an incoming freshman, it's a little bit different. So if you want to know how to get your credits to transfer as a student and how to defer enrollment, because you're going to have to, keep on watching. So what I wanted to do was give you guys an outline of the steps that you should take if you want to make sure that those classes you want to take at the community college can even transfer into the university that you are going to attend in the fall. So the first step, of course, is if you've already accepted your admissions offer, you've paid the deposit to reserve your spot as a student, you want to go ahead and log into the registration portal where you were able to register for classes and look at the different classes in general offered at that university. If you haven't accepted your admissions offer at any school, not a problem. Just choose a few schools that are your top contenders to do this. Just to take it a step further, if you are a junior or a senior in high school, you should do this as well. Pick some schools that you're interested in and look at the curriculums of the programs that you're interested in. The curriculums of any program, biology, chemistry, humanities, any of those curriculums are just public information. You are able to search the school's websites to see what classes you're expected to take in order to graduate with a bachelor's degree. For example, if you want to be a biology major at, let's say, University of Delaware, you can just go onto their website and see all of the classes that you have to take, even what year you should take them. So pull up that information so you know what classes are required, and pull out the general education classes. General education classes are classes that no matter what your major is, you're required to take. For example, history, the humanities, any social sciences, any general chemistries, biologies on the 101, 102 level, any foreign languages, any English classes, communication classes like oral communication or computers. You want to see if those are offered, because what you're going to do in the next step is locate the community college that is in your area or the community college that is considered local for your institution. For example, I'm from Delaware, so if I was still living in Delaware looking to move to North Carolina for education, I would see what community colleges are in the area, just to make it a little bit easier for credits to transfer. The reason why I say that is because not all credits can transfer. Not all credits can transfer. So from your curriculum from the university that you are looking to attend or are supposed to attend in the fall, you've identified those general education classes. You've circled them, you have their course description as well as their number, meaning if it's a biology class, usually it's BIOL with whatever the class number is, 101, and then the CRN number is usually a 5 to 6 digit number. You also want to know what that course description is. The description meaning what are the projected outcomes of this class for you as the student. So once you have that information, look at a community college that you've chosen. I suggest you pick 2 to 3. You want to compare the course descriptions from your university to the course descriptions of the community college. The goal is to make sure that the objective outcomes are as close as possible, which is why you should do this for all of the general education classes that your university offers. Once you have the information from the community college and from the university that you're looking to attend, you want to contact the registrar's office. You need to do this. You have to do this, especially since you are a new student coming in from high school or just a new student in general. This is because not all credits can transfer. You just don't want to take community college credits because it is less expensive. Take the same courses that you've already matched up, and then you go to the university and they say, we are not going to accept this class. You've just wasted your time and you've wasted money when you should have done this step. You want to be as transparent as possible when you speak to the registrar, or even ask them in an email. Once you contact the registrar's office, you should say something along the lines of, I'm a new student coming into the institution. I'm interested in taking classes at a community college. How does it work for those classes to transfer for my degree? That is the goal. You want the credits to transfer so they count towards your degree. You want to ask about the credit transfer policy. Some schools will have the form available to you, but since it's a special situation where new students are wanting to do the community college route, you really want to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row. If the registrar outlines how this process is going to work for you, make sure you write every step down, or even ask for those steps emailed to you. If your school says we are not going to allow incoming students to transfer over a certain credit amount, make sure you know that. For example, if your school says you can only transfer about 12 credits as a new freshman, if you take any more than credits than what they have outlined, they may not accept them. With those classes that you've written down in hand and you've already spoken to the registrar and you have the credit transfer policy in front of you, you have all of the tools necessary to begin the process of deferring enrollment, because you don't want to have to enroll at the institution either. If you want to take community college your first year as a freshman, and all of these classes in a perfect scenario, in a perfect world, do transfer, you need to defer your enrollment. An enrollment deferment means, yes, I will be attending this college, but not right now, which is okay. I did that for my graduate studies. For me personally, I had to contact the registrar's office and ask them what the process was, what I needed to do, who I needed to contact, and were there any forms necessary, just because that information wasn't available to me on the school's website. You can check your school's website to make sure that that information is available to you online, but if not, again, contact the registrar's office. Some schools will give you up to a year to defer your enrollment. So if you are going to start in fall 2020, up to a year would be, you have to begin fall 2021 or they will take back your admission offer. You want to make sure you do that, because if you don't have any communication with the institution while you're doing online classes at a community college, they're still going to think that you're supposed to be there. After speaking with the registrar, you want to weigh your options, because in some cases it may be great to take community college classes, especially since some schools are stating that they will be 100% online even after the summer sessions. Some schools aren't sure. So you want to see which option is best for you at this moment. You also want to know what your university is doing for current students during this time. You want to ask students that you know that already attend the school, search hashtags, and see what's going on. Sometimes, as a new student, you won't receive the emails that current students do. For instance, I know for this summer, my classes are still online. However, my school is thinking about reopening in some aspects in the fall. The other thing that you definitely need to do to make this decision is to see how much a credit costs at a university. So you're not charged by the number of classes you're taking. You're being charged by the number of credit hours that you're taking. The cost per credit can be anywhere. The range varies. But if your school that you have been admitted to hasn't changed those prices if they're going online, that may be a big point for you to consider taking the community college classes. I want to ask if the price per credit has decreased, since a lot of schools are stating that they will be 100% online. Taking classes online, especially if they're being offered at a community college, is a great idea monetarily. But if your school's price has gone down, you may want to consider sticking with your university, just because it is a big hassle to get classes approved for transfer from outside institutions. If you are someone who has a scholarship to your university, this should not apply to you. If I were you, I would just contact your school to make sure that they're still upholding your scholarship and all of its terms. That's it. Especially as a graduate student, if you were admitted, you want to make sure that your fellowship or your scholarship, whoever the funding source is, will still be dispersed as normal. And just as a disclaimer, I'm making sure to let you all know you have to contact the university. Every university's policies are different. What they do for deferred enrollment and credit transfer are different. Trust me. I know that a lot of people's decision on whether or not to take these classes at community college is contingent upon money, but just keep in mind that it is still scholarship season. You are still able to get scholarships that can be applied for your fall semester, especially if you just want to make sure that the process of getting your degree is as seamless as possible. So with all of that information, I hope this was helpful to you. Feel free to share this with someone that you know is entering college in the fall, or even a high schooler who may be interested in attending college. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.